Right, guys, final one. Example answer D. Let's check it out, whether this guy is lucky enough or not. Question 1, report. From to lack of subject, acceptable. Introduction, fair enough. And suitability, let's check. Suitability earns 4 marks. 4 marks was quite good, but still insufficient. And let's read it together. It provides a set market along with new opportunity as they are already a market leader in the current market. Link up to the case. Moving into new market can improve their economics of scale, which is good. Economics of scale help us to reduce the unnecessary cost. Very good. And this can reduce the cost further and allow the organization to transfer their benefit to the customer. Very good. Yeah. When we save up the money, we save the money for the customer. In simple English, the price we charge can be further reduced because we achieve the economics of scale. The profit is the same, but the price is lower. So we transform some of the benefit to the customer, which is very logical. That's the benefit of economics of scale to the company. And he has recognized that. Very good. That's the reason he earns more than the others. 3 out of 1 point. Let's read another one. By that, creating their own barriers to new entrants. Very good answer. As I told you, when we read the questions, he was the only one in the market. He knows what markets to be targeted in simple English. If the other competitors also seize that market, they will easily go in. So for machine shop, the recommendation or the analysis by him is acquiring a FRG could help him to raise up the barriers for this market, right? The other competitors will not easily to erect those barriers by using their own acquisition or organic growth because he has already drove his cost lower than the others by acquire the FRG to achieve the economics of scale altogether. All right, guys, this is a very good answer. As the consumer market in Sealand is pretty new, the machine shop can use his knowledge in the market to grow with the consumer markets of Sealand. That means we use our previous marketing experiences, which is, we are very good at it, to the Sealand market. Good job. Very good answer. And so that they can make the machine shop brand as the household name. This is useless. And this could help them to consolidate both consumer market and business market. That means to combine them together, achieve the synergy, marketing synergy. Very good. And the only suggestion by myself here is in your exam, you can write your answers into separate points. That will be easily answers for markers to read and to give you marks of it. All right. And this is the suitability. Feasibility, let's read. Feasibility also earned 4 marks. Very good. Feasibility focused on the availability of the resource and the competencies. The definition earned no marks. I've explained the reasons for you before. And one of the major issue here could be the past experiences of machine shop related to the acquisitions. The fact that both of their acquisitions have run into problems show that the machine shop does not possess the capacity to become neither synergy manager or portfolio manager. All right. So he mentioned about the experiences, which by the way was failed experiences of machine shop. So this is a very good point. He has very sharp eyes to see the 2 experiences by acquiring the domestic company Inksub and Logtrans failed. These experiences does not count here because we are acquiring an overseas company. First point, very good. And secondly, he said that the fact that both their acquisitions have run into problems. He said that the machine shop does possess the capacity to become neither synergy manager or portfolio manager. So this is the typical answers by studying the knowledge of BCG matrix. In order to provide the answers like this, you need to study the fundamental technical knowledges previously. This is the module number 3, strategy. So he adopted his technical capability into these cases. Very good. And carry on. the cultural issue, very good. He answered about the culture. The cultural issue related to the integration also need to be considered. There is no information about the experiences of a machine shop dealing with unions. Culture is problem, the culture shock between you and your overseas company. And another point is the union, stakeholder analysis. See, up until now, he adopted many knowledges separately from leadership culture, strategy BCG, Mandela matrix. He combined all the previous knowledges into one consolidated answers, which are needed in your SBL exam. As I told you, we do not test your models or individual knowledge separately. We test it together, collectively. So this is the way that you should think about during your exam. Try to get different technical answers, technical knowledges, apply them all together into one question, right? This is the capability you need to possess before your exam. And the cultural differences, as you can see, there's no information about experiences dealing with the union. This is a Mandela matrix. Considering that there are no trade unions with machine shop, it would be difficult tasks to manage the trade union and their demand. The higher number of stakeholders will also be an issue, as negotiation could take a longer time to complete. The long delay may encourage other players in the region to try and enter into the market. All right, guys. So totally 4 marks. Good answer. Let's check acceptability. Acceptability was good too, because he calculated the numbers and gave the comment. Let's read. The information submitted through the XP number 2 and 6 shows that financial performance of FRG is below that of a machine shop. But in real life, these two companies is incomparable because they have different business and different companies, different business nature, different country, and different background and different customers group as well. So the comparison was incomparable if you want to do that directly. However, the case asks you to do that, so we just do it. And the information submitted below the machine shop has recorded a gross profit of 28, while FRG recorded only 16.6% as gross profits. The net profit also differs considerably, where the machine shop has recorded a net profit of 11.25%, while FRG has recorded only 4.4%. This is simply basically calculation together with your own thought. FRG is relatively higher, but you know, the problem of this answer is lack of your professional judgment on the reasons why there are big differences between them. You need to tell them the differences because of the different country, different customer groups, different market segmentations, different product, or even the different business natures. So you need to tell the examiners the differences between these two make no sense because different bases, right? And but the final sentence he said was good. It is also important to note that these two organizations focus on completely different market, where around 60% of machine shop sales come from the consumer market. The examiner said repetition. That means repeat. The answer has been repeated. Useless. And then conclusion. The conclusion earns another 2 marks. Very good. Let's read. In a general view, the acquisition of FRG looks to be a great opportunity for machine shop, as they are leaders in the market at the moment. But considering the dismissal post-acquisition management record of machine shop, that means the failed experiences, the options looks too risky at this moment. So in simple English, opportunity is good, but according to your sad experiences, it's risky to do that. We should also consider the different cultural context and the market these organizations are working with. Hence, machine shop could consider the different options and form a strategic alliance, which is a very good answer. Guys, when we want to grow our company, we can grow by organic growth. That means set up our own business right here, internationally. Another way is to acquire the local company. And the third way is to have a strategic alliance with their local players. So this guy recommend the third way, which is very good, earns another 2 marks on it. Let's read. We should also consider the different culture and blah blah, and working hands machine shop consider the different options and formats alliance with FRG. Nobody mentioned that. He mentioned it. Very good answer. So that machine shop could work with FRG and promote their product to the new and developing consumer market. This is the synergy between the two, while FRG continued to focus on the trade customers. Synergy was the purpose that he tried to illustrate it in his answer. So 18 out of 24. This is the highest mark until now, right? Good job. Question number 2, Temple report. Guys, this guy, Mr. D, is very experienced in tackling the old questions, I think, because Temple report was the old answer in P1. In SBL, we do not want you to write down the Temple report, neither Smith's report. Why is that? Because the corporate governance has already combined every individual report together since 2010. Before 2010, we have many different reports regarding the corporate governance progressing. For example, like Temple report, Smith's report, Hicks report, Cadbury report. And after that, after 2010, we have so many reports inside. After that, UK changed the name into UK Corporate Governance Code. So onward, we call them a UK Corporate Governance Code. In simple English, is UK CG Code. That's it. In your exam, please do not refer back to the old name of the report. This is too traditional. I don't want the examiner to know that you are a traditional guy. I want the examiner to know that you are aware of the latest development of the report. The name is called UK Corporate Governance Code. The latest version is 2020. That's the latest version. So guys, the Temple report reference was not good, but the answer was good. Earns 1 mark. And after that, let's check. The question asks us to talk about the internal audit functions, right? And here are the reasons that we are supposed to write. Risk assessment, understanding of the improvement process, improved acquisition success, complexity and the company. Very good answer. And he earns 15 out of 16. He passed with a good mark, ladies and gentlemen. The first one 18, second one is 15. Wow, this guy is going to earn a high marks. Is that true? Let's read question number 3. Question number 3, big data. He did not present his answer into the right slice way, but still earns marks, right? But in my opinion, in your exam, you have to write them in a PowerPoint slide because that's a requirement, basically asking you for, all right? So he earns about, let's read, and 4 technical marks. 4 technical marks totally by writing that. And this guy has a problem, ladies and gentlemen. He always refers back to the original author. Lancy suggested that big data. Lancy created 3 ways of the big data feature, but I've told you that it has already improved, enhanced into 4 ways. One more time, volume, velocity, variety, and veracity. 4 ways instead of 3 ways. 3 ways was created by Lancy, was right, but it was old answer. This guy is an old guy, I think, right? With due respect, and carry on. 4 marks for technical in A, and another 5 marks in B. Good answer. 9.5 total, however, did not earn a pass. 9.5 out of 22. He failed on this question because of the format he used was incorrect, and he did not study the e-procurement, I guess, because the question did not ask you to list on the benefit of e-procurement, because the question specifically asks you the implementation of the e-procurement into the business, right, into the machine shop. So the answer did not link to the case enough. Question number 4. Yeah. He mentioned about the advantages of bond and advantages of the venture capitalist as well, and he earns only 5 marks totally. Whoa, this guy's in grave danger, guys. Why is that? Why is that? Because the entire question number 4, he only earned 5 marks totally. This guy is a strategy guy. He did not study the financial knowledges enough. I think he did not possess insufficient financial knowledges to tackle the question like question number 4. That means perhaps he got an exemption. He got an exemption from the fundamental level. The first paper for him to take is the SBL. Perhaps so, just my personal guessing. So question number 5, if you still feel he's in danger, even if your first 2 questions was good. Question number 5, let's read. It was a letter by it's a letter for Mr. Dave by audit partner, and he listed advantages of him staying as a chairman after he retired from the CEO, right? So advantage of running the board, setting the agenda, ability to monitor the business, interaction with the stakeholders, board development, okay, lower time commitment, acceptable. These advantages only earn 2 marks, challenging for a new CEO. All right. And the other qualities, let's read his answers. Not standardized answer, but still acceptable. Ability to create a vision, change management skill and experiences of acquisition. Good answers related to the case. Very good answer, because we need it. You see, we need to have a good vision because the machine shop is currently expanding. And we need to have a change management skill because he would like to have a cooperation with FRG or acquire FRG. If they acquire FRG, they need to have a change management capability to merge the company into one. And he needs some experiences of acquisition as well. That's the experiences prior to your merger and acquisition. Very good. And total 14 out of 22, he passed. Then the total marks for him is 61.5. He cleared the exam. All right, guys, very good. So I hope you really find useful by studying the 4 answers all together. And I need you to learn the mistake from it. And in your exam, please do not repeat the similar mistakes. More importantly, to be summarized, time management, cope on with the case, that means link your point to the case, and the strong technical capabilities in your previous study and the professional skills in your study are very, very important to tackle this exam. And finally, guys, you need to be confident in your answer. Present your answer in a professional way, in the best way will earn enough marks for you to clear these exams. All right, guys, very good. We finished the entire lessons. What do you think? All right, so let's have a quick review of what we have learned so far for this short session of your SBL preparation courses. We've learned some basic skills before your exam. I call them the pod case, right? And after that, we learned some fundamental knowledges like strategy, leadership, and the culture. And we've practiced the 3 questions of it, right? And after that, we go to study the syllabus, broad syllabus together with the detailed syllabus of SBL. And I told you that technical capability, professional competencies are the main area to be tested. Combining together, the worth 100 marks, 80 to 20, right? And after that, I've showed you the typical marking scheme. The name for that paper is called Machine Shop. We've studied the entire paper, and I told you some important things to think about during exam, and how are we going to view the exam questions, how are we going to study and explain and elaborate the answers, the scenarios, and how are we going to construct our answers into the format that earns more marks, right? So we've done that. And after that, finally, we have studied the mistakes taken by those previous students, and we learned their mistakes and don't repeat the similar mistakes in your exam. Right, guys, that's all for today. I hope you find this short session useful, and I wish you can clear your SBL exam at the very first attempt. If you would like to know more, you know where to find. All the best.